So, and in talking about that, you have a kind of like another passion of yours, right?
Mm-hmm.
MMA, right? Is that your other
Yeah.
passion?
Yeah.
So, how the heck, music and MMA, just almost like, I don't know, other than the music that they play with it, it doesn't seem like it fits, right?
Yeah, it's I really when I was like in middle school and starting like jujitsu and stuff, music was I just started playing music honestly just by just doing it. Like I really can't really explain it. Like I just did it because I could.
Right.
And MMA came into play because I wasn't really doing any sports. I wasn't really like getting involved in anything. But I knew that if I was to do a sport, that's what I wanted to do. But back then, it wasn't at the level it is now. It was a little bit different. Now you go on Instagram and like these fighters got like 20 million followers or something like that.
Yeah.
But back then, it was rare to see a fighter break like 500,000. If they broke 500,000 followers, and it was like they're super famous.
Right.
But now you have like the Conor McGregors getting paid all this money to do stuff. But back then, it wasn't really about that. It was just you wanted to do it, and that was it. But like I don't know, the sport's just so different now. Like it's crazy.
So you started doing MMA. How old were you?
13, I believe. Yeah.
13. So you're a badass, right? You're a little badass.
Oh.
Well, not little. You're not little. So, but I should be careful what I say. I don't mean I kick my ass or something, right?
Yeah.
But, so you've been doing it for a while. Is really what we're trying to say. And so someone. Let me see. I actually have a producer, Willie Fats here, and he's done some homework a little bit. So from what I can find out from Mr. Fats, is that you have won 4 NAGA competitions, National Grappling Association.
Yeah, Naga. Yeah.
NAGA. So tell us about that.
Well, I was actually really nervous for Naga because it was the first time I actually competed in a sport in forever since I played football when I was like 11. So when my first time I went to Naga, I think, it was the end of the year I started. So 2013, it was like the very end. And I went to Naga, and that honestly was like a real big like confidence boost when you win.
Right.
Especially when you win like in dominant fashion, like you go out there and win. It's just like it's a really good feeling, and like
Yeah.
that just made me love it even more. And at that point, things were starting to. I don't know. I just started to get way into MMA and to kind of get away from music a little bit around like 2014. But after I won the next few in 2014. And then I kind of called it quits on MMA just to do music all the time.
Okay. Cool. So, were they different weight classes, or the 4 competitions that you won?
I was really small for those. I think the heaviest was at one in 2014, and I was like 115. Okay. But now I'm like 150. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you back to MMA now, or are you just strictly music now?
I'm planning on getting back into it, just doing jiu-jitsu, and maybe going to Naga, just win a few just for fun, hang out with my friends there. Probably won't get an octagon, but I might just stick to grappling and staying in shape, things like that.
Right. So I guess McGregor is like your biggest fan. Is that it?
I like McGregor.
Well, I mean, he's not your fan. Well, he should be your biggest fan, right? Because you are. I don't know. He probably should be your fan. I think, right? I said that a little backwards. You're his fan, right?
Yeah, I'm a fan of McGregor. I appreciate all he's done for the sport. It definitely wouldn't be where it is today without him. My favorite fighter, though, is Anthony Pettis, Showtime Pettis. He's my favorite fighter. Because he was the biggest star at the time when I was getting into it.
Yeah.
So he was like the person that inspired me and like I wanted to be like when I was training.
Yeah.
But I would say I appreciate Conor just more for what he's done for the sport, not so much. He's really good. Don't get me wrong, but just I don't know. I like him.
A lot of people like him, and that's why he makes so much money, I guess. And that fight with Willie doesn't like him. Willie's saying that's it. He doesn't like him. So the fight with McGregor and the boxer?
Mayweather,
right? So I picked Mayweather to win.
Mm-hmm.
You and your dad had McGregor all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Willie, who did you have?
Some believe McGregor won that fight. Some do still to today believe he won that fight. I had Mayweather just simply because we were talking boxing. If we were talking MMA, everybody would have went McGregor. It's just two different sports. You would agree with that, right? Just totally two different sports. And, you know, Mayweather hits and runs. That's just Mayweather. And that's why he's been undefeated, because it's hard to hit Mayweather. It just is.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. So there was some talk, Lorenzo, that they're going to have a rematch. What do you think about a rematch with those guys?
I don't think it's going to happen. I don't really know. Conor just got beat by Khabib. I really don't know what's next for him after that. He went back to MMA and then lost to the current lightweight champ. So I don't really know. I don't want to see him fight Floyd again. I'm kind of done watching like all these crazy super fights. Like I just want to see whoever's the best fight the best. I'm not trying to see just like people mess around. Like
I saw an article this morning where George St. Pierre has put out a challenge to Khabib, and there's rumors that a $25 million purse has been offered to Khabib if he'll fight George St. Pierre. So that's kind of crazy.
I don't know. I don't even know if GSP would ever even fight again, honestly. I mean, he came back, beat Bisping for the belt, and then he was just like, oh, I'm out of here again. So
yeah.
You know what I say? I say give me the 25 million, and I'll make sure they both get beat.
That's why I don't understand.
How's that?
You should want to get back in the octagon with that kind of paydays.
yeah.
So we're going to watch some of the clips of you actually in some of your matches, and we think they're kind of interesting. So we're going to kind of like surprise you with some of these clips. So Willie Fats, why don't you roll the clips?
Ready, go!
Coach from Jiu-Jitsu Nation to ring 8.
There we go! Stay on top, Cole! Work it, go!
Drive it!
Go! Push! Yeah!
Team beginner in second place, Nicholas Ferguson. Second place, Max Frazier versus Sean Hammonds, Lorenzo Cole for Motto.